Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Hell We Ride. When we last left off, the group gained a new party member, so to speak. They're currently back in the descending city of Altorel, which is getting dangerously close to the river Styx at this point. They encountered a frost giant who rode on top of a white dragon, looking for Kochichi. Apparently they are servitors of Kochichi's on his lair of the Abyss. A bunch of shadow demons showed up, ambushed the party, stole the phylactery of Kochichi, disappeared to who knows where, and that's where we left off.
And we also have a new friend.
Yes.
Don't call him that.
All right, then. Ally or business acquaintance.
I like the latter.
Crystallis the Ice Devil.
Crystallis. Right.
All I see is just a big bottle of water.
Okay, so we're just out here in the open, right? We're out in front of High Hall?
Yes, currently.
All right.
Crystallis puts both of his claws behind his back. Just holds one wrist with the other hand. Stands there patiently awaiting orders.
All right. First thing we should do is try and get everything situated. Try and get Brakka just goes into full just thinking mode because she said, now that we've got something to work with, she's like, all right.
You said you wished to find Zariel, correct?
No. First thing we asked for is to help breaking the chains.
Well, there's many allies you could find here to break the chains.
And you have control of an army. So guess what we're going to ask for?
I never said that.
He has people under him. He doesn't have a full army, I'm guessing, right? She just turns to him.
One claw comes from behind his back and goes, exactly.
How many do you have under? Just looks at Mav and smirks because they were thinking the same thing.
How many demons are under your command?
Well, currently all of my underlings are serving Mephistopheles in his lair on tasks that I cannot have them be away from.
Of course.
Unfortunate. I was thinking we could have had them search for the phylactery. But there's still other options we can consider. You said that there are people here we could probably partner with to potentially break the chains.
Yes.
Any that you would maybe throw out there as options? Any work friends, I guess?
Well, you'd need someone as powerful as at least a demon lord. And even then, they would have to be able to get to the chains and destroy them before Zariel's legions stop them.
Right. Again, we should have probably, if we had the damn egg.
Would you have to know where those shadows went to with the egg?
No. But I can tell you, the chase after them has not stopped.
Oh?
Oh, did you think I was the only one looking for it?
Right. There's probably more parties here wanting it.
Some of the biggest news here in Avernus about a foolish adventuring party announcing about this major artifact that they have that controlled Demon Lord scouring across Avernus. Everybody's been looking for it.
Did we say anything about that to anybody?
Flashback to literally everything you've met ever, where you're like, yeah, we're looking for the phylactery of Kochichi.
Right. God.
Okay. Screw it. Holds up Dragon Orb.
Flashback to the Ice Wall Mountain, where you talked with that Cambion that had the frozen face melted.
Oh, right.
You guys mentioned that there. You mentioned it to a certain merchant lord with the Wandering Emporium.
Right.
You mentioned it to Igwilf. You mentioned it to Baba Yaga. Am I missing anyone? Mad Maggie. No, you didn't.
We haven't seen Mad Maggie in a long time.
Okay, you didn't tell Mad Maggie.
Hmm.
So
She's just watching on the TV right now.
So I'm just going to say screw it and use the scrying ability of my Dragon Orb.
Oh yeah, and Bell. I forgot Bell. You also
Yeah,
told.
because we had to get it for him.
Yep.
Technically, he told us about it, didn't he?
Yep.
Yep.
Anyways. So yeah, I want to scry it.
Scry what?
The phylactery.
Got phylactery.
I would suggest not scrying here in the open.
Yeah, let's get inside High Hall and we can check up on the others.
If they're even in there.
Yeah. Yeah. They might have moved to a different hiding spot.
You head into High Hall.
Before we do, just going to look at Crystallis is the name, right?
Crystallis, yes.
Crystallis, yeah. Look to Crystallis and say, "You think you can stand out here and keep a watch?" And just points at her head and just goes, "Maybe brain to brain us or whatever it is, that mind speak thing that you do if you see anything that could potentially be of an issue."
Well, my telepathy only goes to a certain range.
Fair enough.
And that range is?
I believe you mortals go by feet or by meters.
Pick one.
Depends on if we're in the north or not. I know that Northern Faerun probably uses meters.
120 feet.
That's more than enough.
Bows. And as he bows, snow just appears where he's at, and there's like as a cold wind goes by, and he seems to disappear. And you hear in your mind, I am still here. Brakka specifically.
Right. Brakka just nods. Very good.
Okay, so first things first, Nix is going to book it into the church and down into the catacombs looking for anybody that's still there.
Brakka is going to follow suit and just be a little bit quieter about it, just to make sure there's nothing taking up residence here again. So we did see that we looked in the window last time and there was nothing in there, right?
No, I looked through the window and saw 3 devils, was it, Scotty? Imps, yes. That I never got a chance to make mention of because that's when our nightmare riding friend came in and then immediately followed by our dragon riding friend.
Yeah, because of your true sight, you can see invisible creatures to a certain range.
Right.
You see quite a few with the true sight. When you see things that are invisible, fun Arcana check here. Invisibility is them shifting to the ethereal plane. So what you're seeing is ghostly vestiges of these imps. They are there, but they look ghostly.
Right, but they scattered the last time I was up in the window of the church.
Yes.
Right. Do I see anything new as I'm going back through?
As you go down into the catacombs, you've noticed quite a few imps. All of them invisible, all of them seem to be fairly passive. But the second they notice that you notice them, they attempt to hide further inside the catacombs.
That's not a good sign. There are imps in here. Hopefully the rest of the party isn't, well, not the party, but the rest of the survivors aren't having a bad time.
Yeah, Brakka just looks over and just goes, "Is that you're seeing stuff?"
You don't realize how far Nix would be booking it. They're using this full flight speed through going through the catacombs as fast as possible.
Okay, it's catacombs, so you don't really have the free range to fly very well down here. I'll say you fly at half speed, which is still much faster than foot.
Fair.
Like a moth against the wall.
And if Nix is a small sized creature and has probably a wingspan similar, wouldn't it just be Star Wars sort of weaving through the different energy canyons or whatever on the Death Star?
I'm more treating it as difficult terrain just because Nix is in such a rush.
Right.
And it's such a narrow tunnel travel.
And I'm going to be sewing my arm back on.
You'll be fine, you big baby.
You're at full health. I don't want to hear it.
Exactly.
Brakka looks over to Richtofen as they're starting to head down. He just goes, looks around at the place and says, maybe make a few friends while we're here, Rick. Just like gives him a little thumbs up and walks off.
Did the druid just tell me to desecrate the catacombs?
I think
This
so.
was 23 hit, Nix.
23?
Yes.
Not with a shield?
I would say you were surprised.
Well, then, yeah, it hits.
Because you were rushing. Actually, you're passive. What is your passive perception?
Passive perception is 18.
Okay. You just barely notice what appears to be a humanoid figure through a doorway. And you hear rattling of chains down here when a chain comes flying out and it goes to grab you. Would you have cast shield?
I
would say you just barely have enough time to react.
Absolutely.
And on that note, we roll initiative. This just sounds like everybody drops things in frustration.
Probably not far from. That is okay.
What did Lulu get? Oh, Lulu.
14 from the corpse recycler.
Okay.
10 from the druid.
Who wanted the necromancer to desecrate the tombs?
What about Koi?
6.
Better than last time.
Yeah, that's true. I rolled super low on initiative.
But you roll super high on damage.
Nix, what did you
That's
get?
The Celestial got 19.
Okay. You have a chance to react first then. When since this doesn't take an action to talk, you hear via telepathy in your head this entity say, the city doesn't belong to you anymore, Celestial.
City didn't belong to me in the first place. Where are the humans?
And that's when it's your turn.
So it is hostile, or does it only seem hostile from the initial attack? Insight?
You don't need insight.
Okay. Okay.
Does it look hostile after it attacked me, or?
Well, I mean, that could have been a self-defense maneuver. I don't know. But considering the conversation we're having.
The humans are safe, as I've been commanded.
Okay. Where are they?
That is none of your concern. Be gone.
Chromatic orb to the face.
Okay.
Actually, no. That's disrespectful. I don't think the new Renix would immediately cast chromatic orb into their face.
Nixeu.
I like Renix, honestly. Do I have? I do. I want to intimidate this little sucker for information.
Are you going to intimidate, or are you throwing a chromatic orb?
I want to intimidate. Yes.
Or okay, so it's one or the other. So you're not
I
throwing
understand.
a chromatic orb. Got
Not
it.
this turn. Yes.
What do you say?
Give me the information now. Where are
And
the
then,
humans?
and then you can roll.
Yay. 28.
I shall give you no such information. He looks
Bullshit.
he looks taken aback. He actually takes half a step backwards though.
Well,
After
that's my turn.
Nix, it is Richtofen's turn. So Richtofen, last thing you guys aren't in combat up above. Nothing's happening for you guys. It's just Nix zoomed down there. What are you doing up here? Were you gonna follow Nix or?
I could try to heal up, I guess. I do have a healer's kit in my backpack.
Heal up how? In what way? Like hit points?
Yeah.
Do you have the healer feat?
Oh. So okay, that can't do that then. I guess follow Nix down into the catacombs then.
All right, you are immediately greeted by Nix. It's a glowing, angelic visage glowing through the hallway, and you hear a lot of rattling of chains, but you don't really see anything yet. As you use your move, you haven't used your action or bonus action yet.
Do I see anything besides him? Or them?
Not with the 30 feet of movement.
Then do I hear? What do I hear?
Lots of rattling of chains.
I guess I would ready and hold a cantrip.
Okay. After Richtofen is the devil's turn. So the devil raises both of his hands in the air, and as he does, all around you, Nix, a bunch of chains start to levitate into the air, like snakes.
Cute.
And I never run these right.
Kinky.
Okay, and it hurls a bunch of chains at you. 2 from its arms, and 4 of them from the ground, all reach for you to grab you.
Okie dokie.
16 hit.
Nope.
19.
That one hits.
Okay. That would miss then. Nat 1, I'll roll in the complication table.
Haha.
On the 4th chain.
Wait.
Out
For
of
the camera.
Hmm?
For the camera. Audience at home. There you go.
We're using this. They have one of the DM's Guild. It's like the most popular thing on there. So you should get it. It's popular for a reason.
Yes. The crit.
Yes.
Crit chart. Crit
Yes.
fail, crit success.
On pages 49 to 51. 22 on the fail chart. It misses you with the chain, and it hurls it 10 feet away. Oh no. It's not like it needs to hold it or anything.
Right.
Wonderful.
Alright, since that was 4 of the chains, still has 2 more. That one's a miss. Another 19 would hit.
Yes. So only 2 of them hit.
So only 2 of the 6 chains that go flying at you hit you.
It's like worst Goya ever.
As they wrap around you, you notice that the chain links have metal barbs on them, and as it grabs into you and pierces you, and cuts into your flesh, you take a total of 22 slashing damage, and your movement speed is now 0 as you are grappled.
Oh no.
Would I have been able to see anything to attack?
That's when Richtofen notices a bunch of imps appear. Do you attack any of the imps? As they are not looking... Some of them are looking at you, but some of them look like they're going to fly towards the celestial-like glow from Nyx down the hallway. You did ready an action for cantrip, if I recall.
Yes. So, do the imps look aggressive?
Yes.
Then let loose a chill touch.
There are 2 different targets here. There are ones that look like they're looking at you, and there are ones that look like they're not looking at you.
Then I will.
There are
hit the one-
4 imps visible.
Then I will hit the one looking at me.
Okay. Chill touch away.
Ooh.
Man, we've already got the rattling chains. We don't need the oohs too.
20?
A 20 hits. Roll damage.
Nat or dirty?
Dirty.
Okay.
16 necrotic.
All right, that imp falls lifelessly to the ground before it even reaches you. The other one that was attacking you, though, does come up to you and goes to sting you with its stinger. Ooh. 11.
Nope.
Okay, you're able to dodge out of the way in time. Nyx, while grappled, you hear flapping of wings behind you, and 2 imps come flying around the bend of the hallway. And they attempt to sting you while you're grappled.
Oh, goody.
A 13 would not hit. And another 13. All right.
Do those attacks hit the thing that's hit me with the chains?
Not even close. He's a good... Let's see, what's the range of his chains? He's at the other end of the hallway. He's a good 15 feet away.
That's a bad place for him to be.
After them, it is Brakka's turn. Very clearly, now, you definitely would be able to hear at the entranceway, heading down to the catacombs combat. By combat, I mean you hear spells being cast. And you are muted.
Do we know what this thing is?
Yeah. Sorry about that.
You know, you're pretty sure. This is like one of the most... Of course it is. Chain
we
Devil.
fought one of these. We fought one of these before. Where we were fighting when we stopped the car to fight the Rudderkin.
Yeah, the one that flipped over your vehicle by itself.
With the chains, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So if I head down the stairs, can I like see ahead with my dark vision? Can I see like how far out everybody is?
As you're heading down the stairs, becoming visible right in front of your face is a scorpion tail as it stings you right in the face.
It hit me?
Yeah. It readied an attack for anyone who is going to be coming down into the catacombs.
It got over 17.
You got a 16 on the dice.
Ah, okay. So yeah, then it definitely hit.
Give me a Constitution save.
Okay. Constitution saving throw. Natural 1, so that is a 6.
Cool. Cool. You take 4 piercing damage, so the piercing damage is minimal from the sting. However, the poison, we'll see. Okay, poison was almost max, of course. You take 16 poison damage from that sting. But that imp is very visible, and that's during your move action.
Okay, so am I poisoned now, or?
No, it's poison damage.
Ah, okay. All right, so I don't want to be next to this little shit. So can I see ahead how far ahead everybody is from me?
You can see Richtofen fighting a few imps.
And I can definitely see Nix, right?
You do not see Nix.
He's glowing? I can't see him and he's glowing?
You can see the glowing light source from Nix, but that's it.
Right, so
It's
how
very,
far away?
very faintly, even with dark vision.
Right, how far ahead of me are they?
I would say Richtofen is just in front of you.
Like right immediately in front of me?
Mm-hmm.
And Nix is how far away?
Nix is another 10 feet, and then to the right, the hallway bends.
Okay. So I'm going to...
You hear a lot of rattling of chains up in that direction.
Right. Okay, so I'm going to... If I move away from this imp, it's going to take an attack. If I move closer to where I'm in the middle between Rick and Nix, if I wanted to catch them in something, I would have to take an attack of opportunity from this thing, right?
Well, it already used its reaction on you because it readied a stinger
Right.
attack.
Right.
However, the other two that are attacking Richtofen have not used their reactions yet. So both of them would get attacks of opportunity if you tried to move forward.
Alrighty.
I am
So
pulling up the map just to see how wide these hallways are.
okay.
So I don't think they're that wide.
So if I wanted to get between the two of them.
Oh, they're
between
like 10 feet wide. You're fine. Yeah.
right. So if I wanted to get between Nix and Rick to say catch all of us within a let's say, what's this? So 30-foot sphere. Could I do that?
You had to use a bit of your move to get to where you are now.
Right, but if I wanted to try and get within range to do that, could I be able to do that? Because
you're not sure if you'll get Nix in range because you're not sure how far ahead Nix is.
Right. Okay. Like, because what I want to do is expend a use of my hidden paths ability to teleport to a point where they're all in a 30-foot sphere around me in a 30-foot radius.
Okay. Since I actually have the map up now, I can give you guys a better description.
Okay.
The stairway leading downwards, if you remember, like there's an opening in the back of that statue in the center hall of the building that led down into the catacombs.
Mm-hmm.
It's 20 foot wide. It's like a really wide stairway that leads down into the catacombs.
Mm-hmm.
And then it immediately goes. It's mirrored vertically, so it can go left or right. And you see the glow coming from the right. But to go that way, you go right, if that makes sense.
Okay, so Nix is too far ahead of us to get caught in anything.
You're not sure if you're going to need to dash to even see Nix.
Well, technically, I don't need to dash if I use my hidden paths ability, which is my 5-a-day teleport. I can teleport 60 feet as a bonus action.
Okay, you're in that corner of the hallway, so you can see further in the hallway. And as you do, you can see that it leads further down to stairs, and then it does another U-bend down more stairs.
Okay.
You can just make out a bunch of chains and stuff, and you can see like Nix's wing at this point.
Right. So, are they in range for if I wanted to pop this an ability or spell?
Yes.
Okay. So, going to raise my hand and just crack the club, the Lathander club, against my shield, and everybody in that radius that I choose receives. Here we go. That is casting Mass Cure Wounds to heal everybody 3d8 plus 5 HP. That's correct. Okay, so we all get 24 HP back.
Oh, nice.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you do see two imps. You would definitely see the two imps that are attacking Nix, but just barely. They're like in 3/4 cover around the bend.
Right. All right, and that's my turn.
Okay. I believe it's Lulu's turn. Lulu's 10 to lesser. So
I can empower.
Lulu zooms down to where you're at, sees what you were doing with healing magic, gives you a little nod of approval, and she zooms towards one of the imps and tries to charge at it with her little tiny cute celestial elephant tusks. Nat 20?
Yes!
Holy shit.
Just watch her carve this thing in half with her tusks.
No one hurts my friend!
I take back my comment of the celestial lawn dart then.
I just destroyed my microphone. I'm sorry, folks.
And my ears, but I wasn't going to say anything.
I feel like I need to double check my audio settings. It seems like every time, yeah, cool. Every time I open up Zoom, it seems like it just knocks my microphone to max.
For some reason, Zoom keeps messing my speaker volume instead of just the output levels for the Zoom call itself. So I end up having to adjust the entirety of my volume just to be able to keep from having my headphones explode.
Lulu gets a 46 on the crit. I'm going to see if she kills the imp outright. Because if she kills the imp outright, nothing happens. I'm pretty sure she does.
Except for the fact that she kills the.
My microphone's at max too. I should probably dampen that a little bit.
The imp lets out a little like beep as it gets it's able to even get out of its mouth as the tusk goes through its little body. But it is still alive. Then, last but not least, it is Koi's turn. Koi, you're upstairs. You hear a lot of stuff going on downstairs.
I guess the heal didn't reach me, right?
You are not in range of the heal thing.
Okay.
I can get you next round.
It's
Get in
okay.
range.
Well, I guess I'll walk down the stairs.
Okay. Your move gets you to the bottom of the stairs, where you can just see Brakka around the bend.
Isn't Rick like closer?
Yes. And there are imps in your way. Are you willing to take attack of opportunity on your way down the steps?
Oh no.
No, I think
I'm gonna shoot at. Can I watch the? Do I see those imps?
Oh yeah, they're pretty close from the top of the steps.
I'm gonna shoot at them then.
Okay.
Like super lazy, barely walking.
Yeah, there's 2 of them on Richtofen.
I think I told you guys that we should rest before keep going, but I guess we're fighting now again.
Things keep happening.
Yep. I guess I hear that super faint voice from the end of like the 9th hell or whatever. You rushed in. Okay, I'm gonna shoot at the first.
Nessus? I don't think Asmodeus would care.
Yeah. Well, that's 21.
An imp's AC is 13. You hit.
Yeah. Well, I rolled a 5, so thankfully I wasn't using the sharpshooter right now.
I'm pretty sure you got to roll 1 to miss.
Yeah.
How much damage?
9 piercing damage.
Okay, that imp is somehow still alive.
Yeah, it'll shoot again. I got 3 of them.
It looks like you could just blow on it and it'll die.
Do it. Just blow on him.
That's more metaphorical. It's at 1 hit point.
Yeah.
That'd have been hilarious.
Well, the only way I can punch him.
No, you're just shoot your crossbow.
Use the crossbow as an improvised weapon. Just butt him in the face with it.
Yeah, that's 25.
Do you aim at the same one, or do you aim at the other one that's on Richtofen?
The 26 to hit, I aim at the same one for now.
Okay, it's dead. It had 1 hit point.
Okay, and now I shoot at the one at Richtofen, and I will use sharpshooter for that one.
Okay.
Nice. 15.
Yep, hits.
Oh, the 23 piercing damage.
Very dead. You pin it to the wall.
Nice.
And I will now use the rest of my movement.
All right, and then that's when you get around the U-bend and you're like right behind Brakka. So you see further down the steps from that spot, a little bit of chains, a little bit of imp, and maybe like a celestial feather or 2. From there.
One of those.
I feel like Kaz from Supernatural every so often.
At the beginning of Nix's turn,
Yes.
you take damage as you are bound in chains. That hurt a lot.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Even if I was
you take 16. Yeah, 16 piercing damage.
Even if I was to use my turn to get out of that?
At the beginning of your turn.
Okay.
So before you even get to do anything. Also, you're restrained. My bad. You're not just grappled, you're restrained.
Oh, lovely. Okay. So is it my turn yet?
Yes. That was at the
Okay.
beginning of your turn.
Lovely. So Misty Step out of the chains directly behind my little friend, and I'm going to smack him with the sword.
Okay.
Bonus action Misty Step. I'm out of the chains regardless, and I'm right behind him in prime position for attack.
Okay.
So what is my sword?
As you teleport behind him,
+1.
this devil, it goes to turn around. And as it does, you see a face of a human woman, someone you immediately recognize.
And the devil?
Yes. As you appear behind them and you're in mid-swing, going to swing, you realize wrapped in the chains, you see... I totally remember names of NPCs.
It's not Rhea, is it?
You see Rhea.
Fuck.
And she looks at you in shock and like she's being betrayed. As I need a wisdom saving throw.
Huh. Okay. 23.
You immediately realize as True Sight seems to flare and kick in even further that this is an illusion of the devil's making.
Sweet. Even
And
more
you
of a reason
continue,
to hit
and
him.
you continue your swing.
Very good. So it is +1 to hit.
Well, you would have continued your swing regardless, but yeah.
Okay. Well, luckily I don't think I'm trying to hit Rhea at all. So that is dirty 20 to hit.
That hits.
Yay! So if I'm getting this right, it's 1d1 +1 for straight damage, and then 2d8 radiant.
I believe. Does it have anything special for fighting fiends?
That's going to require me to go into further detail.
Well, in D&D Beyond, it's
What I'm
very
looking for.
easy
Exactly.
to look
what
up. It's like trying to keep track of your invisible wand.
Indeed.
It's a celestial sword. It should have something either against fiends or undead.
I was pretty sure it did extra damage.
An evil creature takes this radiant damage, must succeed on a DC 17 con, or be blinded until the end of its next turn.
Okay, that works. I'll roll for that.
Anything other than that, though.
It fails.
Ah,
Actually,
Yay.
wait, it has advantage. It fails.
Works for me. So that is going to be 8 slashing, and I need 2d8 radiant. I thought that was a 9, and I was concerned about my dice for a second. For some reason, that one doesn't have the slash underneath it. Anyways, 12 radiant damage.
Okay.
Yeah, 20 total damage.
As you cut, it looks like the devil was going to try to block it with his arms. So that's when you realize that the searing light from the blade, as the light from it seems to flare further as you swing, blinds it.
Nice. That's my turn.
Okay.
Teacher, don't
Richtofen.
chain me up, you son of a bitch.
You have
Yes.
no imps on you now.
Are there any imps between me and the corner?
Not that you can currently see.
What's the closest imp to the corner?
You can't see any imps right now.
Imp corpse.
Oh, the one that's probably on the wall pinned by the silver bolt.
Would it be an encumbrance if I drag one of the little fellas with me around the corner?
They're like cat size.
So no. Okay. I will drag an imp around the corner to see what's going on.
Okay, you drag the imp around the corner.
Wait,
as
are
you
you?
go to look around the corner, you can see it's kind of crowded at this corner, as Brakka and Koi are pretty much blocking the path further downwards. And you hear rattling of chains.
Can I see the chain devil?
Nope.
So, quick question. Does that mean what he's currently dragging is an improvised weapon?
Yes.
You just have this imp out like a gun, and you're just in Weaver stance, just like Just like
No, I've just got his leg and dragging him along.
You tie his tail
Why
to
not
the
the
end of a
tail?
stick, and he's an imp flail.
no. You tie the imp to the tail to the end to a stick, and it's just spurt. It's a grown up spurt.
With my full movement, how close do I get to where this devil is?
If you dash, is what you're saying? If you use your action to move?
Well, my normal move, my 30 feet.
Okay. 30 feet of movement, you're halfway down the next flight of stairs. You're about 10 feet away from the rattling chains that go around the next U-bend that goes further down. The stairs kind of go like...
Yeah, I was
downwards.
flying through there. Matt.
Yeah. This is
So
what happens
Brakka
when
and Koi,
when
still in
somebody...
front of me, or?
This is what happens when somebody rushes.
Then I guess I will use my action to, dash down there.
All right, as you dash down there,
Imp flailing behind.
Kite.
Not even a kite, just something dragging against the ground.
you notice the ground is covered in chains. A lot of them are up in the air, weaving around like a serpent. None of them attack you, though. But as you get around the corner with your dash, you can see Nyx is in combat with a chain devil.
So since I use my action to get down here, I can't
You
use
still
it.
have a bonus action. If you have any bonus action spells, you could still cast those.
Are bonus action like instantaneous ones, or?
No.
It takes
Each
a
spell has a different casting action associated with it.
Like my Misty Step was specifically a bonus action. That's why I was able to use it and be able to attack at the same time.
How do you tell? I'm sorry.
It should say on the spell.
On D&D Beyond, it should say 1 BA if it's a bonus action
Where at on there?
on your spell list. Where is it under time? It's
Yeah.
the name and the time.
Oh, the time. Okay.
Yeah.
Looks like the only bonus action spell you have is Misty Step.
Then I'll end my turn here.
Okay. After Richtofen is the Chain Devil's turn. The Chain Devil, seeing as you show up, 2 of its chains currently have are no longer restraining Nyx. So those 2 chains go after Richtofen. As Richtofen's now in pretty much the same spot Nyx was in. I'm pretty sure both hit, the lowest one being a 21 to hit. I'll take the silence as a yes from Richtofen.
Yes. Sorry.
Richtofen, you take 22 slashing damage, and you are restrained by these chains.
Oh no.
That's concerning when the Celestial and the Necromancer have the same reaction to that.
It's concerning when they are in the same group.
Less so considering how we started out. I mean, originally I was just a sorcerer, just a kobold sorcerer.
Just your regular.
The Chain Devil does take a step back from you to be 10 feet away, and 4 chain attacks go after you, Nyx.
Won't he take an attack of opportunity if he's stepping away from me?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm taking that attack of opportunity.
Okay.
Hit 18 to hit.
18 hits.
Yay. Shit. Nice.
He does have disadvantage because he's blind.
Lovely. Trying to hit me, you mean?
Yeah.
Okay. So damage 5 slashing and 11 more radiant.
Okay.
And now what does he try to do?
4 chain attacks on your ass.
On your eyes.
At disadvantage.
Yep. Because he's blind.
Yep. Blinded by the light.
Wait, was he blinded when he attacked me?
Ooh.
Oh, good call. Let me re-roll yours. 14 for the first chain Richtofen.
Nope.
And a lot less for the second one. So you are not restrained and you did not take that damage.
Give me my health back.
A 14 to hit with the first one, Nix.
Negative.
Less on that one. Less on that one. And 15, which I think also misses.
That it does miss.
All right. After its turn, it is Lulu's turn. Lulu will I'm charging in. Pretty mad. And you know what? Because he's an evil creature. And this one seems to actually. You know what? Why not? She comes in and she does the trumpet of blasting. For the chance that he might become deafened as well. So he rolls shit. So he's now deaf and blind. This was actually kind of foolish for a little Lulu to do. As you notice, everything in this 60-foot cone immediately gets damaged pretty badly. The ceiling actually collapses down on top of the Chain Devil. So the Chain Devil takes this thunder damage and then takes collapsed stone catacomb ceiling damage.
Oof.
The little collapsing stone catacomb damage.
Yeah, you know, the usual. Happens every day.
With our group, apparently it does.
Like it kills it though?
We don't know yet.
It's not magical, so
Still hurts like hell.
I'm doing math.
God's help us.
All right. And the devil is no longer visible. Unfortunately, Lulu did not mean for this. But Nix, you are in range of the collapsing ceiling, so I do need a dex save from you.
Dex save? Okay. See what we get. Well, thankfully that rolled a 17. So dirty 20.
All right, so you only take 6 bludgeoning damage as the ceiling falls down. And you are not prone.
I am not, or
Prone you are not.
okay. Thank you, Yoda.
That's Lulu's turn. Brakka, your turn.
Okay.
If you use the bit of your movement, you're there.
All right, I'm gonna move up next to Nix and just like back to back kind of badasses kind of way.
For everyone,
you can't do that.
For everyone else, there's like a loud blast through the catacomb, and like air just whooshed through, and then you just heard like a whole bunch of stuff collapse. And Brakka, as you come into the room, Richtofen and Lulu are just out of range of the collapsed ceiling in the room. You see
And
rubble
I'm on
and
the-
chains, and you see Nix like not collapsed in the rubble.
But I'm on the other side of the Chain Devil, and I don't think you have their movement range to actually get anywhere near me.
Right.
So I'm trying to get my hearing back. Mob.
You are not deafened, luckily.
Okay, between the three of everybody here, who looks the most hurt, just visibly, with my dark vision?
I think I'm the only one that's taken damage.
Dark vision is no longer as much of a need now, as the ceiling has collapsed, and the hellish sky of Avernus' red glow is coming down into the catacombs.
I'm a freaking light bulb. I shed light in 60-foot radius.
Right. Even so, though,
If you
like,
wish.
Even so, who looks the most hurt out of all of us?
Probably me.
Probably next.
Anybody else objecting?
67. I'm 1 point
Fine.
above Brakka.
Fine, heal the whiny necromancer.
No, you can heal the celestial light ball. I'll be fine.
I mean, yeah, it's on Twitch. You can see the HP. You are the most hurt.
Actually,
Yes,
Koi's the most
thanks to
hurt.
D&D Beyond's nice overlay they have on Twitch, you can see live how much I'm damaging my players. Maybe not emotionally, though.
Yeah.
It's okay. Emotionally, I'm dead inside, so.
Necromancers.
No, he's talking about in real life.
There are a few
Necromancers.
more levels. A few more levels will be inside and outside. But
So yeah, Nix is the most hurt then?
right, I'm going to
Oh,
Just
this is the most healthy of us all.
So Brakka is going to just survey the area and just like hold her club up over her head, and just the striations on the wood just like glow, and she's going to use another mass cure wounds on all of us. So that is another 3d8 plus 5 HP back to everybody. So it's another 24 HP.
Nice.
And then just bonus action, just shillelagh the club. And that's it.
All right. Koi, you come downstairs and you have the equivalent of, what is it, the community or whatever? The guy that comes in with the pizza and everything's on fire?
Oh yeah, that's a really good episode. Are you proud of yourselves?
Brakka's cleaning up the mess, so to speak, by mass heal.
Mm-hmm.
How much was that?
That was 24.
I would say
24
you're in
HP.
range.
Yeah,
I mean, it's a 60 feet, right? So I have to be.
it is 30-foot radius. Yeah,
With it, do
Oh.
they have to be visible?
it's a choose up to 6 creatures in a 30-foot radius centered on a point of your choice within range.
Okay, yeah.
So wouldn't Koi have been within range of the first one he cast as well?
She was upstairs, I think.
No, because Koi was at that. It wasn't even in the catacombs yet, and Brakka was like down and did the not Misty Step thing.
Gotcha. Okay.
It has. I essentially the way I see it is she turns into a ghost wolf like from Warcraft, and then just through the ethereal plane.
So Koi, do you do anything in your turn?
Can I see anything?
You can see under the rubble the Chain Devil. Okay, Chain Devil, a vaguishly humanoid-like figure. Most of it is completely covered in chain. The little bits of flesh that you see not in chain is a very bright, high saturation of red. But it is laying down on its belly with a bunch of the roof on top of it. And underneath that, the entire floor is covered in chains.
So are we fighting this now? I'll shoot at the thing.
Okay. It is prone.
Yeah. Oh, do I roll a disadvantage?
Yeah, because it's prone. I mean, you know what? Screw it. If you want to just like do the house rule I did, where you just go right up to it point blank and fire.
I can't, I think, because I spent all my movement.
Okay.
Right?
Right. Yeah.
Okay, that's a 17 to hit.
17 hits. Yep.
Okay. 12 piercing damage.
Okay. Very audible F-bomb from the Chain Devil.
That's a 21 to hit.
Yep.
But is it muffled like?
What? 8 piercing damage.
Okay.
And the last one. $19 to hit.
That hits.
And 14 damage.
All right. On the third shot, the devil stops moving. The chains around it that were going like this, doing a little noodler, wiggler head, Monster Hunter World thing, just
Oh.
immediately all collapse. All the chains stop animating.
We at the end of initiative.
For now.
Richtofen, I need your help.
All right, turn your head and cough.
Wrong kind of help.
Hmm.
Our newly found corpse friend here knows something about the people that were here. We need to ask him questions.
Oh.
If you would do the honors.
You know that would not work, for it is a devil and not a humanoid.
Ah, shit. Retcon. Never mind.
Is it
Celestial,
is it,
are you?
Well, I mean, Richtofen would know.
Cough.
is it like insta dead, or would it still be able to get like healed up for something?
For the sake of convenience for a DM, I would say insta-dead. Most of the time, DMs don't give NPCs or enemies the death saves.
Fair enough. Okay,
Can we rest a little bit? I mean, like an hour?
it would be a good idea to
Yeah, we
marshal
probably
our
need to-
strength.
Koi
Maybe
says
need to
that,
do a forest.
and as there's like a slight awkward pause, a little bit more of the roof just like a bit of dust.
Maybe
Outside?
upstairs. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's
Does anybody know if our ice friend fiend
Oh,
is still here?
oh no! Wait a minute.
It was standing on the roof.
Oh fuck! No, 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 not that, not that. Shoot.
oh the roof.
Nyx is the first one to see it, for Nyx is at the right angle. Above the catacombs was the giant stone altar. And you guys came down the entranceway, and the part that collapsed was like the floor of the central foyer. And the altar, you see it's actually tilted down towards you guys, and it's like,
Oh, let
and you're
get
pretty sure
out.
it's gonna fall in the next turn, as we're going to be on initiative for this.
So yeah, let's take that rest back upstairs.
Oh yeah.
What do you do on your turn? We're pretty sure it's going to fall by the end of this initiative count.
My turn?
Yes.
I fly up through the hole and get the hell out of Dodge.
Okay.
Out of the
Apparently,
way,
my cat wants to do the same.
Probably we should probably grab the altar, put it back. It's probably very, very important that it stays.
It's probably too heavy for us to even mess with. So
Don't you
I'd
have
suggest.
telekinesis?
All right. Up next is Richtofen.
Don't think I can lift it with that much.
Richtofen. We're in we go back to bullet time. You're pretty sure you can hear something slowly sliding down, like it's gonna fall into this hole.
1 second, Scotty.
Hmm?
How heavy would you consider that altar being?
Very, very heavy.
As in more than a huge sized creature?
As in, it's a giant slab of stone.
As in, Nyx has telekinesis and could push it back up if it's less than that weight?
What's the weight limit?
Huge sized creature.
It is not a creature. It is an object.
Objects. You can try to move an object that weighs up to 1,000 pounds.
You're pretty sure it weighs more than that.
Okay, then yeah, never mind. Continue.
You think it would weigh as much as your Devil's Ride did?
That's a heavy bitch.
I'd suggest getting the hell out of that hole.
Through the hole, can I see up into the room above?
Yeah.
Then Misty, step the hell out of there.
Okay. And then Brakka.
If you're saying anything, you're muted. Somehow you're still muted.
So
I-
muted.
What?
Okay.
I'm not muted.
There you are.
I'm just
Okay.
talking very softly, trying to figure out what I've got. Can I entangle? Let's see.
That thing you said that you were able to do the little teleport jaunt.
Mm-hmm.
Richtofen Misty stepped out.
I'll teleport up to the right to the lip of this thing. Can I see the teleport to where I'm not like on the lip gonna fall off with it? Can I see it?
Yeah. You do that. You're back up on the surface.
Right.
You can see it. Shit. You can see it visibly moving as you're still in bullet time.
Right. Can I just try and grab it and just pull it back? It's like as best I can.
You're pretty. This thing's like the size of a van, but it's all rock.
Okay, like it's moving towards it, but the back half is like still like on the.
The supporting part of the altar looks like it's been collapsed along with the roof, so it's just slowly sliding down off of it.
Okay.
Did we all just literally bamf out of there and left Koi to walk out of that trap?
Hey, Koi never skips leg day, so it's fine.
I can't.
Okay.
I can't teleport her with me. So.
I can teleport myself slowly with my legs. It's fine.
Teleport slowly with 1 foot at a time.
Probably grab it in time.
You know, at Koi's current position, because Koi was in like the stairway leading into that big room, Koi would not be hit by it.
I'm just more worried if this is going to cause some negative thing with this being a holy altar and shit.
With the hole in the ceiling now, I wouldn't be able to use like anything like mold or earth to.
It's going to fall at the end of this turn, though.
There's a very specific difference between earth and stone there, Mav, so no.
Just like to fill in the hole to keep it from falling down into the catacombs.
There's no earth, so to speak, to do that with.
Okay.
Within 5 feet, anyway. Also, 5 cubic feet would not be enough dirt to fill it in as an action.
Yeah, you could pad it.
This is going to sound really, really stupid and kind of like silly. But if I grabbed onto the end of it, just like hopped onto the end of it and turned into like the top that's still like on the actual thing and not sliding in. If I hopped onto that and turned into a brown bear, do I think my weight would probably just like fix it in place?
You think you could slow down its fall, but you don't think you would stop it completely.
Okay.
You'd also risk falling down into the hole with it.
Right. I'm gonna try and do a stupid thing. I'm gonna try and just like grab this thing and just like tap into my orc strength and just try and just like hold it.
All right. So you're not wild shaping.
I'm not wild shaping. I'm just gonna try and orc strength it. I would assume it would take an action to do that, to try and grab this thing and just halt it.
Okay.
So wild shaping.
Throw.
Yeah, wild shaping would be an action, and this is assuming an action to try and hold this thing, right?
Yeah.
All right. 17.
You appear to not be stopping its descent at all.
Shit.
You still have your move. You just bonus actioned up there.
Right. Does it look like if I'm gonna fall with it if I stay holding on to it?
Yes.
All right. Just going to let it go and just be like, fuck.
And then Koi.
Can't do anything.
Oh no, Lulu. Then Koi.
GTFO.
You just head back the stairs you came from, right?
Yeah.
Okay. You just head that way, and as you do, a bunch of dust and stuff as the altar itself slides into the hole, and as it does, it breaks and shatters, and it adds more rubble into that room.
Well, if the chain devil wasn't dead,
he's now a pancake.
Brakka just winces, just feeling like this is several thousand years worth of bad luck.
You remember that this altar is the shape of a gauntlet hand clenched into a fist. So the fist just into the ground.
Yeah.
and it just shatters.
Yeah. This is to Torm, right? Or
Torm, yes.
yeah. This is, so she's just like, Brakka just is like, sorry, Torm.
Give me a religion check, Brakka.
All right.
You know how many times I'd have to cast mending on that thing?
That's probably not enough. It's a 9.
It's fine. We're in hell. Since don't count here.
Okay. Yeah, you're all safely out of the catacombs. I'll say Koi makes it up to you guys in a few moments. And now there's a giant crater in the middle of what is left of High Hall, which is already pretty destroyed anyway. Like most of the roof was collapsed, if you recall, for the actual building, let alone where you're at.
So it has a little bit more character.
Oh God, swept.
It's nice. So
The building
what
actually
about
seems more worn than it was the last time you were here.
Look around. Does it look like there's like signs of like a struggle or anything here? Like somebody was fighting or anything?
There's just been so much damage here. It's
Anything more recent?
What about what, Koi?
I mean that little rest we talk about.
Yeah, we really need to rest. A long rest, hopefully.
unless you have a magical means of looking back at stuff. It's just there's so much damage to this place. It's like a broken down church, like an
Right.
abandoned, broken down church.
Right.
So, do we want to take a long rest?
There
should.
are 2 things that I need to do, but we can do that during the long rest time frame.
Right.
I'm okay
Yes.
with a short rest.
It's gonna reach out just like mentally, like what was his name again? Our new ice double friend.
Crystallis.
Just think, Crystallis, you there?
Yes.
Right. We're searching down below is a bust for now. We're gonna try and see if we can get some strength back. Did you see anything up on the perimeter while we were down there?
Not at the moment.
Right. Did you have any buddies around here who were looking for humans? Or have you heard anything about human survivors here?
I have no allies in this circle of hell.
Hmm.
This is
Anything-
Sariel's domain.
Nothing passed through the demonic grapevine or the devil grapevine.
Besides your adventures
Hmm.
and the constant political stuff about the blood war that I'm sure you mortals could care less about.
No, you
No.
just learn to tune that stuff out over time. You got enough to worry about, I'm sure. Just tune out all the fighting of the bigwigs. Right.
So, short
Thanks.
rest?
Yeah, she goes, yeah, we're gonna take a rest, get some strength back up. Looks at the group. We want to rest for a bit longer, or are we going to try and see if he can take us to Zariel today?
You rest. I have something I need to do.
I'm going to say personally, I think we should be at our best if we're going to go try and talk to her.
And I can be peak performance in an hour.
Right?
Just need
Those of us who cast spells, though, we're going to need a little bit longer.
Okay, Warlock.
Okay, so
I mean, fighters are basically just warlocks, but their patron is their own fists.
No, that's a monk.
Oh, okay.
True.
Their patron is their training.
So while they're resting, there is 2 things that I need to do before anything else happens.
Before you
Long
do
rest?
that, short rest or long rest?
I think the casters could benefit from a long rest.
Rick,
Short rest is fine.
Brakka, how bad are you on spells?
I have 4 first levels, 3 second levels, 1 third level, 2 fourths, and my panic button, which is 7th level.
Okay, so in this particular instance, since we needed to use as much of our time as possible underneath the contract that you guys signed, would you be agreeable to a short rest for now, just so we can start moving and putting that time to use?
Yeah, short rest for now. We can expend hit die to get some HP back, and then we can try and see what we need to do next with our good new buddy.
Okay, so short rest for all of you. So while you're doing that, there are two things that I need to scry for.
Okay.
The first one are the humans, specifically Rhea.
All right. So you cast scrying.
Mm-hmm.
I'll say you guys find one of the many buildings in here that is abandoned for you guys to take some form of rest.
Thought we were still in the church.
There is no cover here.
Ah, okay, that's fair.
There is a single wall that is left of this building and its foundation.
Oh, that's right. You said it's more worn than what we were remembering. My bad.
And that's what it was, and that's pretty much what it was the last time you were here too.
That's right. Catacombs.
The catacombs were the only thing that were relatively intact.
Not anymore.
Yeah. The building that you guys go into, you go inside, and I'll say you hear some hellhounds outside as you guys go to check. But none of them sniff you guys out. Or none of them actually pursue you once you're in a building. You do see quite a few double patrols during your rest.
But I got any salt?
You noticed in the basement of this home, you see 4 corpses in a corner.
What type of corpses?
Humanoid. 2 of them appear to be adult size, and the other 2 are smaller. And they seem to be huddled in a corner, holding each other, and they're pretty much just skin and bone.
Oh, Rick!
You see what appears to be a bunch of empty crates. You see a bunch of very worn bedrolls and such down here. None of you need to make a medicine check. Pretty sure they either starved to death or died of thirst.
So you said 2 of them are children?
2 of them are smaller, yes.
Yeah. Rick, I only ask that you leave the children's skeletons behind.
Do you want to see what the adults have to say before?
Well, yes, but I don't think they're going to tell us much that we don't already know, and I'm scrying for the other information. And 2, you need some scaly boys back, don't you?
I guess.
Brakka just looks very morose, and she says they're probably not going to know anything. They're just civilians.
That's kind of why I was saying forget that and let me do the scrying, because that's what we're looking for anyways. But
Lulu sees the family and looks sad.
Brakka does Brakka see that?
Yeah.
She just walks over and puts just like gently scritches behind Lulu's ears. And just like
Lulu nuzzles you and cries.
What is the floor like in here?
Brakka just hugs her.
The floor
bites back some tears herself.
The floor in the basement is dry dirt.
Mole earth to create a grave for him.
As you cast mold earth,
the building collapses.
You push the dirt aside, and you put the bodies in there, and then mold earth back.
Yes.
Okay. Scrying.
All 4 or just 2?
All 4.
Okay, that's fair.
Scrying. Do you have a focus worth at least 1,000 gold, such as a crystal ball, silver mirror, or a font filled with holy water?
Have the dragon orb.
The dragon orb would just allow me to do it, would it not?
Let me check. I would think it would.
Yeah, because it says 3 charges for scrying.
Oh, then yeah. Okay.
Right.
So, as you cast Scrying, you are familiar. You do not own anything of hers, right?
I do. I have the book of the Hell Riders.
Okay.
Which was hers, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, it was.
Booyah.
While this is going on, Brakka, do you want to do the berry thing?
The good berries.
Yeah.
Prepared, actually. I do. I would use one of my slots. But we might probably need all of the ones we can get, though.
Nix.
Yes.
You can't help but think someone's watching you as you cast Scrying.
Well, yeah, I would assume it would be the being inside the dragon orb.
No, I mean someone else. Like you feel like there's eyes on the back of your head as you cast Scrying. And the invisible sensor pops up. And as it pops up, you see in that room where you saw all those refugees before, and there was like that font of holy water.
Mm-hmm.
I had like the secret stairway that went down. You see a bunch of very still bodies. Pretty sure they're corpses, littered around the place. None of them moving. A lot of them are skin and bone. The one you recognize the most is wearing Hellrider armor.
Dead.
Not moving.
Back in the church.
In the
catacombs?
In the catacombs.
How far from where the battle took place?
Quite a bit of ways. That was like the deepest part of the catacombs.
Okay, that's going to be a problem.
From the range of your sensor, that you probably saw at least 6 other bodies around that one.
How many do we remember were with the group that she was trying to protect?
There were about 100 refugees down there, not including the cleric. You remember the last time you saw them 2 months ago. They were very low on food and water.
Yeah.
The only water they had was the holy water, which they were using as something to drink because it's literally all they had.
Right. Okay, well, that's something to take at a different point in time. Okay. Then I guess I pull back my senses. Try to wrap my head around that one for a second. I would like to cast Scrying again for a completely different target.
Okay. Who's the target this time?
This time, it's going to be the egg that Richtofen is currently attuned to. That is no longer in his possession.
It's been more than an hour at this point. You are no longer attuned to Richtofen.
Oh, shit.
Scrying is cast, uses the charges, and immediately fails.
Okay. Well, okay. You guys mind if I go do something?
Well, that's very vague.
Yeah. So I was looking for Rhea and the group. I found part of the group. I'm afraid I may have found Rhea. That was a weird voice. I may have found Rhea, and I need to go make sure of something. She may be dead.
Go with you.
I mean, I would hate to interrupt your short rest, but I'm definitely going one way or the other.
How long has it been taking to do the scrying?
It's been at least 20 minutes, because the scrying takes 10 minutes each time.
Right.
I would say it's been about a half hour. You know, I'll be fair. Did you guys say you were taking a shorter or long rest?
You're
Short.
doing short.
Sure.
Oh, then never mind. It's a half hour.
I can wait until the end of this short rest.
Right.
But
Right,
as
it's-
soon as it's done, I'm flying out the door.
Yeah. Brakka nods, says, and just goes, Lulu and I should go with you. I'll be able to keep a watch on you. And then she looks at Lulu. Lulu can make sure she's at peace.
Well, regardless of what happens, I would rather us go as a group, considering what happened this last time we entered there.
Right.
So
I don't
I
know if
will
there's any
wait
more
until the
down there.
end of the short rest.
Okay.
Lulu just looks down. Says, well, at least she's not. Is there something wrong with her?
She wasn't moving. The rest of the group that was there with her, the 6 others, looked dead. So, yeah. Short rest, please.
Brakka just looks at Nix and he just goes, the thing. Did it say anything to you?
Said the group of survivors was safe. Survivors.
Safe and seems safe as far as a double, so
Yeah.
safe.
So, hurry up and short rest.
So who made a pact with the devil to make sure that they were safe?
We didn't make any kind of pact with any sort of devil to make sure.
No, no, I mean, someone has to if the devil was protecting them.
Never said it was protecting them, just said that they were safe. Doesn't mean that they weren't
No,
being
no, but
hunted.
I mean, I didn't hear that, so that's not Koi saying it, but didn't the devil say, I make sure of that?
All of the souls here are forfeit to Zariel, says Lulu. According to that contract you found, right? The devils were making sure that the people wouldn't try to leave the city. Wanted to make sure the demons didn't get them, so the demons had the souls instead.
I'd still rather double check to be absolutely certain.
I
Oh,
will
yeah,
go
sure.
with you.
We can all go once the short rest is done.
Yeah, we're not.
Did I ever tell you about the time that I played poker with a unicorn? And she's looking at you next specifically.
Can't say that you did.
Well, and then she gets optimistic and stuff, and she starts talking about these nice stories from her times in the upper plane to try to pass the time and make you feel better. A 16 on that roll, if that means anything for you. But by the time she's about chapter 2 of the 5-chapter series of their game of poker, everyone else has gotten their short rest equivalent.
And we're off.
That's 6. Did you spend any hit dice, Mav?
What's that?
Did you spend any hit dice to get any HP back?
Yes.
Yeah, but for just the sake of curiosity, Brakka's passive insight is 20. Did she pick up anything on Lulu aside from her just trying to change the subject because she's uncomfortable?
You picked up that she's a very supernatural. You can tell now more than ever that she's definitely not like you guys. The second she seems to get sad from this, her mind forcibly switches her off of sadness and immediately goes to something way more optimistic and happy.
Brakka, when she realizes this, Brakka just looks very, very sad. She actually, if anybody looks at her, she looks like she's trying to hold up some sort of like optimistic sort of just expression for Lulu because she's interested in the story, but anyone who can just like look past that would see that she's actually feeling a lot of pity for Lulu.
So as soon as the short rest is up, Nix is already at the door trying to shuffle everybody out.
Yeah,
They're not going to fly ahead, but
Yeah, you don't have to convince. let's rush it.
Yeah,
it would be appreciated.
Yeah, Brakka's up. She's following. She's just repeatedly casting Shillelagh on the club just to keep it up.
Okay, making our way back to the church, back down to the catacombs.
Making your way downtown.
Mm-hmm.
Hustling fast.
I try.
Decent attempt. You know where we're headed, Scotty.
Yeah, I know. I'm looking up something. So you'll head there, avoiding any devil patrols going through the city. As the High Hall is just literally across the street, so it's not that cold. You head back down. The rubble is difficult terrain, but you're able to get through that larger room in the catacomb. Head further in. You head deeper into the catacomb, taking with you your light from your Sword of Zariel. And as you get into the main room, you hear, eerily enough, silence. Very quiet in here. Go into the room. You notice the I don't remember what it's called. The font that had all the holy water is dried up. It looks like it's been dried up for a while. You notice most of these bodies down here also look quite dried up. You recognize one wearing white robes of Torm. If any of you do any medicine checks, you realize that one's at least a little bit more dried up than the others. Thinking maybe willingly let the others have the water instead first. You get up to the Hell Rider, and she's dead.
Nobody has resurrection, do they?
Unfortunately, I don't.
What about Lulu?
I don't think Lulu.
Lulu shakes her head, which is her whole body. So she doesn't have a neck.
Probably bury them.
Yeah. If you guys don't mind taking the others, Nix will lift up Rhea.
I'll start digging.
Yeah, well, Richtofen's got mold earth, so we could just make easy graves outside. We would just need to move the bodies.
How bad is the Hell Rider?
As you lean down to move bodies, and you go down to pick hers up, her arm lifts up as you hear dry, crackling noises.
Holy shit, somebody give me a good berry.
Jack, just casting.
And the arm gets up, and then you hear the rest of the body just horrible crackling noises as this dry body goes to stand up.
Ah, shit. Dead or undead?
I mean, it's either alive or undead, right, at this point.
That's kind of my point. I was optimistic, and now I'm realistic.
And you barely hear from her. It's just the faintest whisper. Next. That you?
God, yeah.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna try and give her a good berry and
Good.
give any type of anything. What can I do?
Spending the slot, good berry.
Well, no,
Chant
you don't
water.
have to spend another spot because I still have mine from the short rest.
Right. Well, I would have still had to spend the slot for it during our short rest,
True.
and I didn't take any of mine, so I'll just like hand it. Now I can. No, it doesn't say that you can't have eat multiple good berries. So yeah,
Yeah,
but
you
it
just
just
need one.
provides. We can just keep feeding them to her, but it says it provides enough nourishment for a day. So I don't know if this would be like overfeeding her to where her stomach couldn't take it.
Well, she
Brakka,
only eat.
give me a medicine check.
Okay. Medicine.
Before you even hand off the good berry.
Right, medicine. 13.
She should not be able to get up in her current condition at all.
So is she alive?
Give me a religion check.
Do that
20
as well.
25.
I'll give it.
You're pretty sure, Richtofen, she's some form of undead. As Nix.
Mhm.
I need a intelligence saving throw.
Screw it. Life transference.
She's undead. It's not going to work.
17.
Okay. For the briefest moment, her face appears to melt off. But then you quickly realize that it is an illusion. As we roll initiative.
Oh, my heart.
Like it. God damn, why can't I have roll above a thing?
Can we have nice things?
Well, I mean, we're in hell, and it's kind of been a while since we had our.
And you hear from her, you did this. And that was the intelligence saving throw.
Yep,
It's a trap!
No shit.
Ooh, she rolled horrible. Makes sense, she's skin and bone right now.
Can we go calling it at this point, since we know it's an illusion?
Well,
Don't know if it's an illusion. It's some kind of higher form undead, probably.
Brakka, what'd you get for initiative?
9.
Koi?
5.
Nix?
10.
And Richtofen?
17.
One of these things is not like the others.
Good.
Fun fact, both Lulu and her go after all of you.
Wow.
But Richtofen, you are first to act as you see her reaching for the hilt of her sword that is still sheathed on her waist.
I still got that imp corpse with me, don't
You never said you got rid of it, so yeah.
I? All right, catapult.
Okay, that's a roll to hit, all right? Or is that dex save? That's a dex save.
Dex save.
Surprisingly quick. You hear the spine snap, and she immediately, her face turns a lot more gaunt and warped as she just pulls up this smile, and her eyes roll back, and she laughs, and her whole body bends into like an L, like as the imp corpse goes right past her, splatters on the wall behind you or behind her.
What
and
did she
then,
roll?
and then the upper half of her body that supernaturally bent downwards bends back up, and her head tilts towards Nyx, showing a a toothy grin of rotted teeth.
What did she roll?
Nat 20.
Oh, fuck you too.
That is your action.
Okay.
This is a fairly big room, but there's so many corpses around, I'd say it's difficult terrain. Does Richtofen do anything else?
Oh, you said it was my turn, so no.
Oh. Next, it's your turn. She's right next to you.
Well, I'm emotionally devastated. Thank you, Scotty.
Welcome to hell.
Yeah. It's hostile. It is considered. It is hostile. It is attacking. Well, it may as well be attacking us, and it is desecrating the corpse. So I'm going to swing with the sword.
Okay.
Of course, I'd hit a nat 20 while swinging at her.
Roll me the D100.
Not sure if that's a good thing or a bad thing.
I would say
Just
good
for
thing.
Rhea.
87.
Brakka can't take any actions on its turn from this crit. I'll just say you just stabbed her right in the chest.
Works for me, I guess. So double the damage dice.
Yep.
All right. So
Oh, con save because you're using the sword, right?
right.
Wait, is that
Yeah.
only on fiends?
No, it said evil creatures.
Nat 1, so it's blinded.
Yep. So that is
To make up for the nat 20, I guess.
it's 8. 16 slashing damage.
Okay.
I'll need to do this twice for the radiant. That's 14 and a 10, so 24 radiant.
On top of that?
Yeah, on top of the slashing.
Okay. That stab alone, you actually stab not just straight through her, but straight through her spine as well. The upper part of the body kind of goes limp, as barely anything's keeping it together.
Hmm.
And that's Nyx's turn.
Yeah, they're not moving.
Brakka, your turn.
All right. Shillelagh is still up on my club because I've just been casting it like repeatedly, so I'm just going to take a whack at her.
Hmm.
It's probably not going to hit anyway, so. Yeah, it's a 13. It's not going to hit.
You hit the armor that she's wearing.
Nah.
She's wearing splint mail.
So I just probably just bash her over the head, and she just probably just gives me a look or something, where she would if she wasn't blinded.
Yeah. She didn't
Eyes are
seem
rolled
to.
back anyway.
Seems completely unfazed by your attack. We'll go with that.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm going to go look back at my notes. If I remember right, you guys gave her something before you left.
Oh, shit, that's right.
Yes. And sheathed at her hilt is a Holy Avenger sword.
Shit. Can I use a bonus action to try and just like grab it out of her? No, that would be an item interaction, wouldn't it? So I probably couldn't do that. All right, shit. Brakka just like glances down like from her swing where she just like swung down hard, and she just looks up and goes, "Shit, the sword!" That's it.
Koi, at that point, it's your turn.
I really don't want to shoot at her.
And I didn't want to stab her.
I
The
know.
sword.
That's what I don't feel as bad.
You can try and grab the sword. So she has nothing to.
You have advantage on your attack. No, you don't. Wait. No, she's blind, so yes, you do. Sorry.
Okay.
Sorry, a lot of things going on, more emotional than anything.
Yeah. And of course I didn't have the disarming strike.
Doesn't mean you can't go up and grab it, but that's
She
up
doesn't.
to you.
She has not unsheathed it yet.
She's blind currently.
Yeah, but I don't know if it's better that I attack or.
Your call.
I can aim, though, right?
You can what?
Aim, like to the hilt, for example,
You're gonna shoot the
or
weapon.
to the.
You're gonna shoot the weapon.
Yeah, I mean, can I shoot like the belt or something so it falls?
I can say you can attempt it. The AC will be higher, but with your accuracy, I don't think it'll be too big of a problem.
Okay, yeah, I'll try that. I'll try to hit that. That's a 27.
All right, roll your damage.
That damage goes to the.
I'm saying you're attacking the belt that was holding
Okay.
the sword. You definitely hit it. The trick is less of hitting it and more of hitting it and not her or the weapon.
Yeah, 8 piercing damage.
That is enough, as this is very old and tattered leather at this point. And the sword falls to the ground as her belt drops.
Okay. She's blind, so she cannot really. Okay. Then I will shoot at her.
Okay.
That's a 29.
That hits.
28.
No
Yeah.
hits.
I hate myself. Wisdom saving throw from her. I need.
Pretty good. 19.
Yeah, no, this is 16. So it takes 14 damage. And my last attack, I need another wisdom saving. Well, maybe I don't know. Oh yeah, not all 20.
Okay.
And I'll need another wisdom saving throw.
Okay, roll me the D100 first.
Okay. Uh, 75.
Okay, pass the wisdom saving throw, but instead of rolling double damage dice, you roll triple.
Wow. Did I know I ask for this every time because I forget. Do I double the maneuver also?
Yes, because those are dice for the damage. And you
So
crit with it.
Okay. So that's 60-10.
Not that much. No big deal.
Well, +4.
Not like it's more damage than a fireball with a crossbow bolt or anything.
$36 piercing damage.
Okay. As you shoot her with that, I'll say it was a headshot. It goes straight through her helmet, like it was a bullet. instead of a bolt. And the body falls lifelessly to the ground. And as it does, appearing really close to you guys is this disgusting, weird-looking jellyfish-like creature that seems to come out of the body.
Big.
Through the wounds, first thing you see are like tendrils. It's almost like ghostly and spectral-like. And as they come out, then a weird blob-like body, like a jellyfish kind of body, comes out, and you can kind of see a face on the body itself. And it's right next to Nix.
Assuming that doesn't give me an attack of opportunity.
No, because it was not willingly moving.
Okay, I didn't think so.
Her body,
yes.
the upper half of it immediately goes super limp, bends in a really weird angle, and then the rest of the body falls down.
I will use my bonus action.
And you'll all hear a very horrible language, and I think Richtofen knows Abyssal, right?
Yes.
Okay, you hear an Abyssal. God damn it, that one was my favorite.
What the?
So, if you guys have never seen a pissed off celestial kobold, you are seeing one now.
To be fair, almost nobody has seen ever a celestial kobold. So everything you do now, it's new for everyone.
Mm-hmm.
True, but I don't think you've ever seen Nix pissed off before.
No, that's true.
Would we know what this is? Or...
And Coy, do you have any other attacks?
No, I used my 3 attacks, but I will use my bonus action to hex that jellyfish.
Okay. Richtofen, I can, on your turn, have you do something, figure out what the heck this thing is. But now it's the jellyfish's turn, with a whopping initiative of 4. Let me see if it's able to repossess another corpse. It cannot. So in a panic, it flings its tendrils at Nix.
Okay.
Very long tendrils. Think like an emperor jellyfish. They seem to like fade off into nothingness. With your true sight, they appear to fade off into the ethereal plane. And as the tendril attacks you with a 19 to hit,
not with a shield.
You cast shield on it, and that is the creature's turn. Lulu immediately comes up and says in Celestial, "How dare you?" to this creature, and uses her her trumpet of sparkles on it, and it will need con save at disadvantage because it is a very evil creature, which it fails. So it takes a lot of radiant damage, and it's hurt really bad by that.
It's not blinded because the corpse was blinded, correct?
The corpse, yeah, it's not blinded.
Okay.
After Lulu, then it is Richtofen's turn. Richtofen, give me an Arcana check.
Those 25.
This is a demon. It's a Dybbuk, Dybbuk. They are very weird because they're not like most demons. They're like their own. They're like a new form of demon that has only appeared relatively recently. And by relatively, I mean in the last few centuries of reality. They love to possess corpses. They like to plunder a corpse's memories and assess its capabilities, and they're able to use everything that that body could use in real life, including spells. It really likes to. It's really sadistic, so it really likes to take these bodies and use them to mess with the loved ones of these dead bodies. And they've been known to use the puppet like a toy. And they would like twist the arms around and stuff to do like extra scary things. They're pretty much equivalent to, once they possess the body, they're like deadites. from the Evil Dead series.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
But
I need
they
a
are very,
chainsaw.
very chaotic evil, very demon. It has no remorse or empathy for anything that's going on right now. As it is your turn.
And we will toll the dead. Wisdom saving.
It is hurt. It is very hurt from the Radiant. 2 nat 1s at advantage. Holy shit. Alright. You ring the bell. And as you ring the bell, roll damage with your d12s.
One might say that they are hell spells.
Let's hope not.
21.
Hell.
21 necrotic. The jellyfish-like creature. The ringing goes, and it seems to reverberate to the ringing of the bell, and then you just see it like spiral into itself, and it seems to implode and then die, disappear, and be gone from existence. And I think that's where we'll end it for tonight.
The bell tolls for thee.
And as we ended there for tonight, anybody got any plugs?
Can we at least bury them before we finish?
No time.
Old Earth.
No time.
I'll start with Lluis. Lluis, you got any plugs for our super happy, not depressing, sad D&D game?
Yeah. Check out my Twitter at Use of Ideas. I remember it's here. It's in the overlay. Well, it's my name, and it's easy to find. And check out my Patreon. I draw a lot of stuff, D&D related, Pokemon, Retroverse, and sexy stuff in general. So yeah.
And kaiju. Draws very
And
good
kaiju, yeah. Well, that's like my hobby.
If you look up the hashtag on Twitter, hashtag #DiaramAll, you will find a lot of Lluis's artwork.
And hashtag Retroverse.
Yes, of course.
It's way happier than.
Yes. Oh yeah, it's bajillion times happier than what's going on right now.
Oh yeah. Who doesn't like giant Pokemon and Dragonborn playing guitars on the back of mecha dinosaurs?
You want a dire Beedrill? Heck yeah, we got a dire Beedrill.
Oh yeah. So yeah, next one.
All right, January.
I don't have any, but in lieu of them, I will say check out at Cap Cali on Twitter. They did the art for our overlay of our characters. Very good stuff. Very sweet. Very fun to work with.
All right.
And I'll just remind Scotty not to forget to plug yourself.
Oh yeah, of course. Richtofen, you got anything?
I'm good.
Okay. And Nix.
I got nothing.
Understandable. If you like the show or any of the other shows on here, all of the VODs are available on YouTube, and the links for all the playlists are down below if you're watching on Twitch. Excuse me. Depression gives me gas, apparently. I do commission work on Fiverr. If you follow me on Twitter, you can find the link to my Fiverr account there. The new artwork for Nix is one of the commissions I just did recently. So, yeah, I'm open for that. And I think on that note, thank you everyone who watched, and we'll see you all next week.
Bye.
Bye.